Welcome, friends, foes, and everyone in between. Tonight we have an exciting matchup in what is the equivalent to our FA Cup. We have the season champions coming up against the third place HOSANNA. This will be an interesting game as HOSANNA have failed to meet the requirements for promotion, so the Tigers won't be seeing them next season. Both teams will want to leave their mark on the postseason tournament with a win. We'll be looking forward to an action-packed thriller, as I'm joined, as always, by my partner in commentary, Mike. Mike, what's your thoughts coming into this one?
We have gone on a road to get to this point in the season. A very fun road. If you're a neutral, watching the games that we've had in the postseason here has probably been pretty entertaining, to say the least.
Absolutely. As we take a look at the lineup here, an interesting one with Joel, of course, in net. Robert and Jose. Pat, I hope you're getting better, bud. Robert and Jose bringing up the back in his stead. Esteban centrally. Chris and John bringing up the wings. And Mike up top as always with a full bench today. Fernando, Henning, Jason, Pedro. And the main man behind the mind of the Tigers, Albert, managing the subs. It's going to be a rainy one out there. You can already see it in the background. The ball is going to be moving fast. Going to be looking to get shots off. As we jump into the first half, we weren't able to use our normal camera setup, so we'll be jumping between two GoPro angles here. As Tigers give the ball away to HOSANNA real quick off the kickoff.
This is the first time I think Tigers have played HOSANNA. They don't really know what to expect of each other. Generally, Tigers are going to be a little bit more in a shell, just from where they are used to playing primarily.
Yeah, you can kind of see it in the Tigers' shape. When they're playing a new team, they tend to sit a little more defensively, try to hit the other team on the counterattack. And HOSANNA have won a quick corner here, less than a minute into the game. This one's going to come in. And I'm going to head that one out to safety. Not playing with any chances there. Giving up another corner. This ball comes in, and John does well to get that one out. And a third corner in a row for HOSANNA.
Mike, watch above. I'm gonna get a concussion. I want the ball to go the right way.
And a little notable for this game is with all the audio from all the different cameras, we'll actually hear a lot more of the action. We'll try to do this going forward. You can hear Joel talking to everybody, all the other players on the other team communicating. Just kind of adds to the atmosphere. As this ball goes out for a Tigers throw deep in their own half. The ref struggling here to decide if that was a goal kick or a throw-in. This ball comes in centrally, looking to unleash John down the side. Just didn't get enough hit on that. And the rain is showing its hand early, making the ball difficult to control.
This is the kind of atmosphere you kind of enjoy as a player, even though it's not the most comfortable. It also keeps your supporters at home in a lot of cases, unfortunately, but it's damn sure fun to play it.
It adds to the intensity of the game, for sure. It's an evening game in what you will soon see is pouring down rain. A final in a postseason tournament.
And you can see it right there, just the skip in the ball up to your chest on that throw-in made it a really awkward ball to bring down. Usually you bring that under control immediately.
Yeah, and you'll want to watch this guy who's about the equivalent height of Mike on their team. I guess he's built like a feather. He goes down pretty easy. Really disappointing from them, but they're going to win a free kick here. As of note, we have a final with the two referees that probably dislike the Tigers the most. in the league. And so we'll be playing against 9 on the field. As Robert cuts that one out there. Good defense as he makes his way down the line. Looking to play the ball into Mike. It's going to drop to Esteban, though, and it's through to John, who's in on goal. He's going to have a shot, and the keeper does well to smother that. You got to say, Tigers with the first truly dangerous chance of the game.
I don't hate that attempt from John in the least. It did go straight at the keeper, but in this weather, you just put that on frame. Very good job from John there.
Yeah, it was a great run there. Does Hosanna have a shot? And Joel with safe hands. That is a difficult save to make, not to mention the fact that it is dripping wet outside to hold on to that. This is a pretty good release there.
I'll redact my last statement. Any keeper other than Joel, you can just hit it hard at in this type of weather.
Absolutely.
And hope for a deflection in the goal.
And Joel's one of those players that he shows up in big games. He's a big game player. When he has to be called upon, he answers. You can see the ball skip through there for Hosanna. It's going to be a Tigers goal kick. Is that wet turf is acting like ice out there. Jose with the ball along the sideline, getting the ball into Esteban with a good flick. We got some rain on the lens. Here's Esteban. Sees Chris on the far side. He's going to have a touch and unleashes a shot, and it's going to skip through under the goalkeeper's grasp and into the back of the net. The Tigers take a 1-goal lead over Hosanna in the final of the postseason tournament.
Great job from Esteban finding Chris there, and excellent job from Chris to just put that on target, skip it right before the goalkeeper, and slide it right up under him. Can't ask for more.
Yeah, I'll give you a little heads up into the headspace. The shots this game, in my mind, were hit these low and hit these hard because the turf is not going to provide any predictability. And we've seen that there. The keeper was ready for a specific bounce. As Hosanna take the kickoff from not the center line. Moving the ball down the left here. They get around. They do well to get that ball in across, but just a bit overhit. It's going to go all the way out for a Tigers throw.
Hosanna have been dangerous so far, but the Tigers are keen to ride the wave of pressure pretty well. They've done it all season. So
yeah, it feels like so far Tigers have had 2 dangerous chances on goal, and Hosanna have had 1. Joel does well to smother that, and then Jose to back him up, get it out for Hosanna corner. And you'll notice the Tigers are keen to just let Hosanna have possession around the outsides. Not seeing a lot of really good chances, but maintaining a majority of the possession, which Green is content with at the moment. As this ball comes in, Chris is going to head it out. Hosanna retrieves. As the rain starts to fall, this ball comes in. Joel does well to punch it away. And Robert winning his tackle, getting the ball forward, just out of danger. And putting in a tackle, unfortunately, see that fall back to Hosanna. We're going to look to switch the point of attack here. Ball in centrally, but Robert does well to step in on that. Lovely little bit of passing play from the Tigers here. Robert has a shot from outside. A dangerous hit. A good one. Keeper was keen to it, but you love to see it from the Tigers.
already 3 shots on target by the Tigers here.
Hosanna getting the ball central. The Tigers doing well to snuff it out. Myself with some calm, collected movement, but a poor pass leads to a Hosanna repossession. as they move this ball forward down the right side. Not looking to rush anything.
Jose, watch 7.
As this ball comes in, and a great save there from Joel off the deflection through Jose's legs.
That looked like one of those goalkeeper drills, ASMR goalkeeper drills that you see all the time.
Right, they put a bunch of cones down and you kick the ball against him and you have to react to it. And I mean, Joel did well to react to that, but he was absolutely in the exact right place that he should have been. His placement is fantastic. It's very rare to see him make an error in positioning.
Yeah, he was just noticing when he came out to smother the last Hosanna chance. It was just something I hadn't thought about too much before, but anytime he is coming out of his goal, he is getting to that ball. I can't think of a time where he missed it and they rounded him. He's very good about knowing when to come out.
Yeah, he's good about nullifying the chance. Even if he doesn't win the ball, he forces them to just put the ball out of bounds. Hosanna on the attack here, getting into the box down the byline. And Joel smothers the near post shot as Hosanna are starting to look a lot more dangerous. Tigers clear the lines as the ball comes out to Chris on the far side. Shot comes in. It's going to be blocked by a Hosanna player. Give you a little insight into that. The guy turned his body, and while it would have hit his body, he turned his arm to it and hit it, which you can see my little reaction there after the shot. Sometimes you're not going to get it if you don't ask for it. Ball in here for the Tigers.
With these refs, you're not going to get it if you deserve it.
Esteban with a lovely ball through to Chris, who's in along the goal line. Tries to go himself. Probably should have seen Mike or John there in the middle. Is just going to scuff a good opportunity for Green to go up. As Hosanna walk away with the goal kick.
I'm always putting my money on Chris to put that away in that position. Never going to be mad at him for shooting.
I will be disappointed in myself for that chance, though. Hosanna just moving the ball around the back, looking to maintain possession. They have the ball here in the middle, but John does well to shift them wide. Jose's going to stand this guy up, and it's a weirdly late call there from the ref, but we're going to give up a foul in a dangerous area. And this game is edited with no cuts in time. Just to give you a little insight into the editing process. This game was fast and furious. Shot comes in. Never truly going to trouble Joel there. He has that all day. Going to look to unleash Chris. He takes some studs to the ankle, but Hosanna comes off the better for it. Look to have a shot, and Joel makes a great foot save there to deny Hosanna an opening goal. Hosanna with a corner. It's going to be over a hit. They do well to get ahead to it. Ultimately going to amount to nothing, though, as the Tigers will take the goal kick. Joel's going to try to put this forward, but Hosanna's going to cut that out, and they're on the attack again as this ball comes centrally. The Tigers doing well. You can see Mike here, our center forward, tracking back to play some defense. And this guy he goes down so easy once again and draws the foul. You know, for being 6'5", Doesn't have a lot of strength.
I just don't see how, as a ref, you can reward that, especially early on in the game. Like, why is that okay to go down so easily?
Yeah, this was our concern when we got to the field, seeing the two refs on here. We know that both of them are not fans of Jose, and you can see they've called 2 fouls on him inside the first half. Soft fouls. This shot's going to come in, and Joel makes another good save. A save he should make, but a save nonetheless in the wet. He keeps the ball out of the back of the net.
Really good Travella shot, like keeping it low and outside the foot with some power, and Joel was equal to it, so good stuff there, Joel.
Hosanna's corner coming in. Chris is going to rise to that, leaping through the air as the ball pops out to Mike. Absolutely burns this man on the outside as he's in, and a little stutter step to get past another, and unleashes a shot into the far post. He's going to put the Tigers up 2-0 on the day. And in the final game, 15 minutes in, the Tigers have a 2-0 lead over Hosanna.
The counterattack strategy that the Tigers employed here has been working to perfection so far.
That's just such a lovely little stutter step. Let him run on by you. A perfectly placed shot there.
I think we were riding high pretty well, but I knew the game wasn't over at that point. So.
And Hosanna again taking the kickoff not from the center line. This could be why they're not getting promoted. They're unaware of how the field works.
At this point in the game, I took a sub for in Pedro's stead. Fernando also came on for John, and Henning came on for Jose. I think Albert wanted to cool Jose down at this point after
2 fouls.
After a couple fouls, so that way he didn't get a yellow and was forced off the field, or worse, or give up a penalty or something like that. So Albert, being the manager we pay him for in this situation, keeping them cool heads. So
the manager we pay him for. I'm just going to circle back to this kickoff situation. That's twice the refs have now not allowed kickoffs to not be in the center of the field. I remember one game where the ref on our side of the field told me I wasn't allowed to spin the ball to put it down where I want it. Not move it forward or backwards, but just not touch the ball at all, because he was afraid I was going to cheat a couple inches, and he's given them 3 yards into our half for their kickoff. Twice. Just poor officiating. And this is not to say these refs are bad people. I just think if you're doing a job and getting paid for it, it is okay to be criticized. Hosanna unleash a big throw in. Goes straight through to Joel, who's going to hold on to that one. Henning here with possession. He's going to look down the line, and it's a good ball through here to Pedro. There's a raindrop impedes our vision of what happens, but it looks like he goes out for a Hosanna goal kick.
That type of ball in this weather is always going to be tough to bring under control immediately.
And I don't hate that idea. You usually bet on Pedro for a ball into him to bring that down under control. But that was moving, and these conditions are not kind. Hosanna, again, using the slow, methodical approach. As a poor ball here comes into Esteban. He plays it out to Pedro, and looks like he's still getting his feet under him in this weather. But Tigers win it right back as Fernando moves the ball forward. And again, the the slippery surface just getting Pedro as he goes to ground.
Got to get that man some studs.
Pedro, if you're listening, I've got some cleats for you, size 9, if that's the size you wear. Just let me know.
Hey, what's 13?
Hosanna moving the ball forward centrally. Just passing back and forth, looking to get the ball into the box. And it's a good defensive deflection and save from Joel. And then a poor finish from Hosanna towards the end of the line. It's going to hit the outside of the net as Joel goes down with a bit of a knock.
Looked like he took a deflection to the face or head on the shot. And or maybe his shoulder?
Yeah, you can see him kind of holding his shoulder there. Probably went down a little weird.
Kudos to him for trying to stay with the play as well as he could.
Oh, he's probably the toughest guy.
Watch five.
This goal kick has just gone right back to Hosanna as they come in centrally. Esteban does well to just clear the danger. It's just going to allow Hosanna to recycle again, try to find their way forward. Tigers need to answer this pressure. So Hosanna has a ball here centrally. Little juke and take nothing away from that. That shot was incredible to find that upper 90. Limited space. Nearly clips the crossbar on the way in. Not a lot Joel can do, which is a fantastic shot. And Hosanna have pulled one back to come within 1 late in the first half. 2-1 in the Tigers' favor. But you got to say the momentum is not with Green.
Yeah, Tigers wanted to get to halftime with the 2-0 win, but still plenty of time to get the mind right, maintain composure, and keep it from evening out before the first half is over.
I just want to point out there, you can see the Tigers taking the kickoff from the actual midline. This ball is moved down the sideline here. An attempt across is going to get cut out as Hosanna moves forward, reinvigorated by the goal. Tigers identifying this guy who has a great shot. Going to look to keep him off his right foot. Robert does well to stay composed there, but the ball out is not great. Lovely bit of passing here from Hosanna. But Green just smothering the shooting opportunities as they're just going to slice one wide.
In that last minute or so, Fernando had gone quite the distance. He had been all the way down the field, hustled all the way back when the ball was turned over, followed the ball across the field. He'd just put in a pretty big shift there. So shout out Fernando in that last sequence.
Getting the ball in. And as you say his name, you jinx him as the ball slides right under his foot in the wet weather.
I think all that effort he put in may have worn him out a little bit.
This ball comes into the far post. And this guy was not as close as it looks on camera. It's going to trickle out in what is likely the final minute of the first half for a Tigers goal kick. Yellow should be blowing the whistle at any moment. And there it is, as it comes in play off the goal kick. And as we get through on a quick break, they're going to blow the whistle. We have goals from Chris in the 6th minute with a great ball from Esteban, and Mike with a soft assist from Chris off the clearance, doing most of the work with a fantastic goal in the 15th. Tigers lead 2-1.
I wouldn't say I did most of the work. You had to do a pretty significant clearance there to keep that out of danger. But either way, Tigers are playing very direct. They're not really maintaining possession too much. They're allowing that pressure from Hosanna to stay heavily in their half. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them. I think they need to make some slight adjustments here. And you definitely see where they're missing Pat. I think that he was in the way of a lot when it comes to having the ball shoved down our throats throughout the season. So it'll be interesting to see how the Tigers react.
And that's to take nothing away from the people who are stepping in for Pat. It's just all season Pat and Jose have learned each other's movements very well, have positioned themselves very well relatively to each other. And there's just a little bit of a learning curve coming in for everyone else playing that position. As we jump into the second half, Hosanna actually taking the kickoff from the correct line this time. Coming in with an early shot, and that is a poor attempt.
I take blood pressure medicine. You got to be careful with all the salt. So. One thing we haven't seen from the Tigers very often is this very wide positioning on goal kicks. This wide and very forward positioning on goal kicks. I don't know if it's getting them out of the half. There may need to be some additional adjustments for it to do exactly what they want it to do.
Mike just getting the ball caught up under his feet. Tough one to control when you're facing the line. Hosanna get the ball back in quick here. That was the sickest step over I've ever seen in my life. As this ball comes into the box, a nifty little attempt from the Hosanna striker, but never troubling the frame of the goal here. Joel playing quickly out to Henning. Seeing Mike through. As defensively, they do well to read that and step in. Mike with the ball up top again, looking for the around. He's going to get himself into a dangerous position, but Hosanna do well to defend that.
Yeah, that 27-year-old, he got to the ball pretty quick in that instance. So.
We cannot confirm or deny the actual age of this individual, but there were concerns that he was allowed to play prior to the game before his ID was checked. And as you know, all playoff games to play, your ID has to be checked. Little bit of a disappointment in the guys in yellow for that one. It's Hosanna attacking. It's coming through to Joel, who's going to sit on that one, kill some time.
1995 is under 30.
Released out. Jose looking to play that one down the line. A little bit heavy for, I believe that's Jason on the far side to control. Ball comes in. And yes, it is our tall friend again going down. And I gotta be honest, I didn't see what happened. But we've given up a foul as the rain is starting to pick up again here early in the second half.
Dangerous position for a free kick here, especially in this weather.
This ball comes across into the middle. Played all the way around to the outside. And Mike does well to step in on that, playing defense and keep it in bounds as he looks to chip the keeper who's out. And you don't hate that attempt from there. Lovely bit of confidence from the tall guy up top. Dangerous little counterattack there from the Tigers, but Hosanna moving the ball forward into the Tigers' half. As this ball is chipped into the white ghost orb on the screen. Jose with some great defense there to be strong and get that ball out.
That tall guy found his abs.
I guess so.
In that instance.
This ball comes in center for Hosanna. Jose doing well to stand the guy up. Chris now blocking that shot opportunity. And a dangerous one as Joel makes a foot save. Not sure how that all came to be, but what a save from the man in blue to keep the Tigers in it.
He spent halftime building his invisible force field in front of the goal. Yeah, that angle that ball took, I don't know if he could do that again if he meant to. That was crazy.
Hosanna's corner. Ball's going to come in. It's going to be headed right out by the Tigers. But only as far as the team in black, who do well to keep it in the Tigers' half, unable to really see what's going on with the rain on the lens. Chris is going to head this out and sprint out to snuff out any attempt at a shot as they'll play it across, forcing the error. The ball goes out of bounds for a Tigers throw.
Yeah, I think in this instance the ref was telling Green to hurry it up. And then we asked for a sub, but first time the whole game he's asked anybody to hurry it up, and I don't think we were taking our time in any sense of the imagination.
I do remember one point in the first half where Chris wins the ball off here. Has a shot. It's on target. The keeper does well to get in front of it. But back to what I was saying, there was an instance in the first half where Hosanna just cleared the ball as hard as they could out the sideline, and the ref told us to jog and get it, which is wild to tell the opposing team to go get the ball. As this corner comes in, it's going to be dealt with easily by Hosanna, and it's going to go out for another corner. It looks like the guy in yellow here is struggling, maybe a bit winded. Another ball comes in, and Pedro with a good head. It's going to go over the bar. But good signs from the Tigers. That is a positive movement for the guys in green. It's a good ball in from Fernando as well. Let's not forget that. Hosanna going to transition out of the back here along the right side of the field. All the way down in the corner. Henning doing well to stand this guy up. As a little chipped ball comes in. That's well over the goal. Joel making sure it's going to be another Tigers goal kick.
Hosanna is another team in this league where they really rely on a single central sweeper, and on defense they bring a defender back, but he definitely joined the other defenders definitely join in the attack every time. So
yeah, more of a wingback situation.
Right.
So we see the ball come in here centrally. Joel smothering the cross. Kind of hit right at him. Hey there, Henning. How you doing, bud? Fernando unable to keep that one under control. As this ball comes into the far post, it's just poorly hit. And it's going to get deflected out for a Hosanna corner. Yeah, it's just a really poor corner. Going to get blocked by Henning, doing well being on that near post for a Hosanna throw. This ball played down the line. The speed of play for Hosanna is kind of stalling out. They're looking for those moments of brilliance from specific players. And Tiger's doing well to kind of shut that down. As Chris makes a break out the back here. Getting the ball into Fernando. Fernando back to Chris. Little back heel back to Fernando. Comes back to Henning and Chris centrally. And a lovely bit of passing play from the Tigers. And you can see what they're capable of when they're not as direct. And I like the idea from Jose. Maybe the execution a little bit better next time, as Hosanna will take this out.
I'd like to see more of that interplay with each other from the Tigers in this game, rather than the direct method and then sprint back to get on defense. Get a lot of rest when the ball's at your feet rather than when you're chasing it.
I agree. Chris getting in the way of that one, clearing it out only as far as Hosanna's center back, but it comes right back to his feet. Remaining calm, playing the ball to this raindrop. Pedro just unable to get enough on that one to get it back to Chris. And Hosanna move into the Tigers' half. Jose with a good defensive tackle there to snuff out the danger. Hosanna content, just passing the ball around, trying to play some lucky balls in. Unable to really see what's going on behind this raindrop. Looks like the Tigers are making a sub. Maybe a Hosanna throw there. This is the quality footage that you love. This is what you come here for. This is what you subscribe for. By the way, if you haven't, click the subscribe button and the like button. We've got more content coming, because while we won't be playing in this league for the summer because they're redoing all the turf fields, we will be playing summer league at another location in a different league to kind of be a placeholder. And then come fall of this year, we will be back in our promoted division for the new season.
I heard you say click the subscribe button. I think you meant smash that subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe button. Smash it. If you don't, what the freaking heck are you doing if you don't smash it? No, but please make sure you're subscribed. If you've watched this far into the video, you know you want to. For sure.
Even if you're one of the guys in yellow and you're watching this thinking, man, these guys are talking a lot of shit, subscribe.
Yeah, you know you want to hate watch us. That's what you want to do.
Or if you're the team in black, subscribe. Just because.
Yeah, you don't like my salt, you want to see us fail at some point in the future, hit subscribe. That way you will be notified and have to watch our videos whether we win or lose. So this ball from Hosanna is a dangerous one as John gets across and makes a crucial block there. Lovely defending from the previous man of the match.
John just absolutely has a motor on him. Been saying it all season. He is value added to this team for sure.
Yeah, and his transition, I know we don't have footage of previous seasons, but his transition and his skill level has just skyrocketed, and you love to see it. As this ball comes in, and it's going to be deflected out by the Tigers for a corner. Couldn't tell if that ref was trying to figure out what his decision was.
New season resolution. I'm not going to give John too much more praise. Every time he does something good, we're like, John is awesome. He's worked so hard. I'm done with it.
Right, now it's expected.
Yeah, absolutely. Now he's going to hear, instead of, Jason! From Albert, he'll be, John!
John! A little bit of a scramble here in the box. This ball's going to go well over the crossbar from Hosanna. We're getting late into the second half. There hasn't been a lot of action since the Hosanna goal in the first.
It's a new ball we haven't been playing with. Seemed like one of those cheaper plastic ones because Hosanna keeps kicking the other ones, the good ones, into the woods. But ref, give it a quick check real quick.
This ball comes in, and Hosanna with a rocket shot. It's the danger man again who scored their first goal. And they've tied it up in the 16th minute of the second half of the postseason tournament final. And it's a good shot, again, you got to say. Joel clearly not aware of it as it just pops out from behind Jose. Definitely had his view obstructed, not a lot he can do there. And it's tied up.
I have to say, I was, in that moment, I was mad at the ball. I was like, that shitty ball. Why are we even playing with that thing? Like the ball scored on us.
Esteban with a lovely little touch here. A great ball into Mike. Looks for the shot. Hosanna do well to defend that. Tigers stepping, showing some urgency here. And Fernando's going to put a shot in. The keeper actually makes a good save this time.
We haven't been able to enjoy too many Esteban bursts forward in this game. Hosanna has been keeping us pretty locked up in our half. Man, when he comes forward, it's always a dangerous situation.
Yeah, if the ball gets into Esteban's feet, I'm never concerned. He's just got the softest toes as John tries a little bit of an overhead kick there to keep the ball in bounds.
John, take it from me. You got to go left foot first to get the rotation, and then you get the right foot up there. But don't take it from me because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm still nursing my back.
Goal kick played in from Hosanna, and this ball's going to come forward. Hosanna now looking more direct. A rejuvenated sense of urgency from the guys in the black. Hard to tell what's going on here. But Joel does well to hold on to that one. Looked like it was going out of bounds. I can't really see from my angle. But I trust the ball in Joel's hands as he distributes out to Robert, who does well to hold on to it. Into Esteban with a lovely little turn. And this pass was beautiful. Out to myself. Looking across to Fernando, who tries a little back heel. It's going to give the ball right back to Hosanna as they come forward. And this shot was poor from the top of the box. You can't see it from this angle, but that was well wide and well over. A bit of a toe poke from the tall guy.
Regardless, Tigers really dodge a bullet right there with that one.
Absolutely. That was too much of a dangerous chance. A bit too flippant with the touches up top to give them that counterattack. As you can see, Hosanna kind of taking a page out of the Tigers' playbook and trying to get some quick counters going. Hosanna playing the ball across. As it comes in, Chris stepping in, gonna win it, and it's Mike one-on-one with the keeper, and he's gonna finish it. The Tigers are up 3-2 against Hosanna in the final in the 20th minute of a 22-minute second half. And you gotta love their chances at this point. A lovely goal from the Tigers, created from a good ball from Jose, tenacious attack from Chris, and a lovely finish there from Mike.
That's just the product of Chris and Mike playing together for so long. At this point, Mike knew Chris was going to come through 3 guys if he had to get that ball through. I just had to be on the other end of it when it came out. So excellent job to Chris there.
Lovely bit of chemistry. And again, taking the kickoff not from the center line. That's 3 now this game. And yellow not doing anything about it. As this ball comes to the outside. And he's wide open in the middle. And Hosanna, less than a minute later, had even the score 3-3 from some poor defending there from the Tigers. Really disappointing there. Felt like there was a lack of urgency from the guys in green to get that ball out. And it's gone into the back of their net. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little peek behind the curtain. This is not live commentary that we're doing. And it hurts just as much now as it did then. This ball comes out to Chris, looking to make a move. This guy's going to kick Chris's knee. Chris, myself, I'm going to win a free kick. Couldn't get that out of my mouth. And this guy trying to stop the quick counter. Normally I would put that ball down and try to get a quick ball into Esteban and maybe draw the yellow card, but I just did not trust this referee to follow those rules. Esteban,
and it is coming down now.
putting a ball in. Myself on the end of it. It's going to be 4 feet wide of the post. Good opportunity there from the Tigers.
We've moved into the last 60 seconds of regular time here.
And whether you're happy or not about this score line, you got to say, what a game it's been. Very fast-paced, very back and forth. Hosanna feel like they have one guy who can score goals if they're not wide open, and Tigers look really dangerous on the counter. As the rain pours down, and we crest into the last minute of the second half, or final seconds, I guess. Hosanna's going to get a late corner. Maybe looking to get a late game winner to prevent extra time. This ball's going to trickle out on the far side as the referee blows for regular time, and the game is finished 3-3. We got a second half goal from Mike with a Chris assist. Seems like Chris and Mike just felt the chemistry this game. We're actually going to move into 2 5-minute extra time halves. It's golden goal, so first one to score. If not, we go straight into a penalty shootout as the Tigers kick off from the correct midline to start extra time. Look at that
rain coming down. Tigers have been here before. They have, just last playoff game, they played extra time, golden goal. John came out with the winner. Who's going to step up in this extra time for the Tigers?
Hosanna with a goal kick. Moving the ball up the field. Esteban does well to step in there and win the ball. Is actually not going to get a foul called, even though the big guy kind of came through his back and landed on him. Feels like he may have slipped the 20 into Yellow's pocket. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, technically, they kind of do because they pay the league and the league pays the... Anyway.
Right.
Great step there from Esteban.
Yeah, lovely bit of defense. Absolutely.
Great read of the game.
Felt like he was fouled there. Tigers just not getting the benefit of the doubt unless they force the issue to get the foul called. And so this should be a drop ball right here where the ball ceased. But the ref is going to roll this back to the goalkeeper.
No, he had a ball in hand, so he rolled it back to give it to the goalkeeper.
And he rolled this one back to the goalkeeper, which is not how this drop ball works. While I don't think they've had much of an impact on the result of the game. Oh, and Chris takes a shoulder to the temple. Oh, you're going to want to rewind that. And the ref saw the headshot and is not going to stop the play until this guy goes down really easy. And they stop it for Hosanna. You got to say, that feels like a little bit of favoritism.
That's a head injury that they don't stop the play for. They give Hosanna a chance. They would have been in a predicament if Hosanna would have scored. I wouldn't put it past Tigers to, well, I guess it would have been a game, but I wouldn't have put it past us to walk off the field and protest. But
that would have been
infuriating, to say the least.
Crazy. And they didn't blow the whistle till after this guy goes down. But then they told me that I have to get off the field because this guy on this side of the field said he blew the whistle for me. Even though with a head injury, you're supposed to blow the whistle immediately. Just poor officiating. Just
honestly,
really
it feels
poor
like
from the refs.
Adding an extra ref that don't ref together very often just kind of muddies the water.
Yeah, it's almost like each one of them was waiting for the other to make the call.
There's a few refs in this league that I would have taken by themselves over two other refs.
Absolutely. We'll give her a shout out. She's the only female ref in the league, and she was probably the best one we've had this entire season. I don't know your name, but you were fantastic. Shouts out. This ball is going to go out for a Tigers throw. And these throw-ins get tough in this weather, but Jason puts a good ball in to Fernando. Just a little bit of a lack of communication between Fernando and Pedro, but Jason does well to win it off, and Fernando with a lovely touch. It's just a scramble for possession here as Tigers come away with it. Jason tries to cut that one. He's going to lose out. This guy just jumps backwards into Jose. And looks like he wants to chat a little bit of afters. And the ref doing absolutely nothing to calm the game down as Jose is stuck up as they attack down that side.
You could hear the Tigers sideline exploding at Jose, like, get back, they're attacking.
Oh man, the end of this game has just turned into a wild one. That ball's going to slide through Pedro's legs. And Hosanna's going to come forward with it. That shot's going to get stuffed out so well by Henning and John, I believe, were there. And Jose's going to pick this up on the sideline. Looking to play it through, but Hosanna's going to snuff it out. as this ball moves forward. Tough to see what's happening with the rain. And that's the first half of extra time as we jump into the second one. And HOSANNA, finally, for the first time this game, taking their kickoff from the correct line. As the ball's played backwards. Centrally for HOSANNA. Their danger man has a shot, and Joel does well to get on that.
Very good reaction with it looked like a dummy from one of our players. I think they were just trying to clear it, but that ball could have gone anywhere, could have been tipped, but Joel was equal to it. Great job, Joel.
Yeah, Joel has had a phenomenal game. Despite being scored on 3 times, you can't really say those are faults of his own. Lovely ball out here to Chris. Into Fernando, and it's just a poor touch there to give it right back to HOSANNA.
Maybe more signs of the rain affecting the game.
And it's just turned into just bumblebee soccer at the top of Tigers' box. Trying to get this ball every which way. And a shot blisters well wide of the left post of the Tigers. And that's a warning shot. Green needs to bring this ball under control and try to make something happen. Joel's going to lay this out to Henning. Oh, and a dangerous touch there from Henning. It's going to go right to HOSANNA. And Joel does well to smother that one. Henning trying to keep it from going out for a corner, but it's gone right back to HOSANNA. Looking to play the ball in. And I think that was Pedro in the middle. I can't tell with the rain all over this. Chris doing well to hold this guy off. Get it back to Esteban, who's looking to unleash Mike. And just that wet surface making control difficult. Chris blocks the cross here as he lays the ball up to Mike. And this guy comes through Mike's back. Didn't really win the ball. He just kind of pushed Mike over it. And Tigers didn't get a foul. The only foul I can think of this game up until this point was...
You got the one with Esteban that Esteban took towards the end of regular time?
Right, that was the one I grabbed with my hands.
Yeah.
I can't remember another single foul, even though we've definitely been fouled more than that this game. HOSANNA with the ball in the corner. Just going to dribble out for another HOSANNA throw. The tired legs are starting to show from both teams. As the football being played is not the prettiest. Just trying everything they can do to get over the finish line. This ball comes in middle. And the guy takes a shot with a little extra sauce on it and just collides into myself. It's a really poor attempt on target as that's well wide. It's a Tigers goal kick. This ball's going to be switched over to Henning. Looks to play it into Esteban with a lovely touch. Silky smooth. As he moves the ball forward, looking to skip through, and that was absolutely a slide tackle from the young man. Jury's still out on what his birth date was on his ID. But in the last minute of the second half of extra time, the Tigers have a free kick at the top of the box to try to snag a game winner.
poquito más para acá. Más para acá. Ahí donde está Junior. Va para la izquierda. Derecha. Va a la derecha.
Mike, open up.
Está bien. Péguense.
This ball comes in. It's going to get blocked out. And it's going to blow for extra time, finishing 3-3. We're going to go into a penalty shootout between the two teams. And is this how you thought this game would end?
Considering how crazy all of our playoff run has been, kind of expected it. Not expected this exactly, obviously, but expected definitely a tough-fought battle.
So an interesting little tidbit, the refs actually put the penalty spot a yard backwards. And I'm going to sail this just over the bar. But we weren't taking the penalties from the penalty spot. Not saying my shot would have scored, but when you practice penalties from a specific area and then are told to move, as Hosanna score their first penalty, and they lead 1-0. And Fernando looking to be cheeky there. He's going to get stopped. And this keeper's going to spike the ball like he just caught a game-winning touchdown at the Super Bowl. Hosanna with a chance, and they're going to sky this one. And suddenly there's a little bit of life left in the Tigers as Mike steps up. It's 2-1 in favor of Hosanna. And Mike buries it. Great PK.
Thank you.
Hosanna here. Oh, and Joel gets hands to it, but not strong enough to keep it out.
That's always going to be tough.
Yeah, you feel bad for Joel in that moment as Robert steps up. And it's a great PK there from Robert. Such conviction to put that in the bottom corner. And this PK could win the game.
One fucking save. That's all you need.
Joel with a little bit of words. Getting himself psyched up. Oh, he's going to get a foot to it, but it's somehow going to go in. And Hosanna take the postseason championship. But it's a hollow defeat for the Tigers, as this doesn't hold any weight on their promotion into Division II. Unfortunately, won't see Hosanna as they weren't able to place in the top 2 in the division. So they can have fun in Division III still. But we'll see everyone else in Division II, along with old foes, WFT. We love to see it. Thank you guys for coming along with this journey, our promotion journey. You got a little bit of a cup action afterwards. And from Mike and I, have a good night. Mike, what do you got to say?
Fun playoffs. Look forward to Division II.
Don't forget to subscribe.